Welcome back, everybody. It's your boy Javon back at it again with another WoW video. In today's video, we're going over the token grind for the 20th anniversary. I just finished it up. I unlocked all the sets on all of my characters. I wanted to make a quick video talking about the fastest method that I found, the quickest method, and then I also want to touch on some of the things in the 20th anniversary you might not know that's in there. That's even grindier than the tier 2 sets. So let's get into it. If you like the video, if you like the content, please leave a like, please leave a comment. It helps me out a tremendous amount. Thank you for all the views. So let's get into it. All right, so 20th anniversary, it's here. The tokens, they changed this last week. So originally it was all time gated. You can only get a certain amount of tokens per week. And they really forced you to do all the world quests and all these other activities you might not want to do to obtain these sets. And the sad news is that is the fastest way to get it so far in the beginning, at least once you hit your 100 benchmark. So kind of rewind it back. The sets are going to cost you, the first one's going to cost you 60, the second one's going to cost you 40, and then you get an achievement on your account that allows you to buy all the other sets for 20. So the name of the game is to get to 100 as fast as you can. The quickest way to get to 100 is going to be doing world quests. Mainly doing the world quests is going to be your big one. The theater, the world bosses, the LFR content. You're going to be wanting to kill Queen, LFR, just join it, kill her down real quick. Same with BRD, you want to kill the last boss. If you do that, it should get you about 50 to 70 right there, and then just spam the world quests, do the arena weekly, the PvP weekly there. That should get you up to about 100. Once you get to 100, what's the quickest way to grind them all? I would say personally, a couple ways. You can either do time walking, right? But time walking takes a little. You get 2 tokens per boss. You get, I think, 2. Yeah, I think it's just 2 tokens per boss, and I think you get 2 for completing it. So it is a quick way to farm them, but I found an even faster method to farm these. And something that I realized the other day was once you get 100 tokens, they lifted. So you can just spam time walking if you want to do time walking. You can do the Chromies Codex or whatever it's called. And I ended up using my brother's account and just doing the Chromie Codex. So it is painful. I agree with a lot of other WoW content creators in the sense that the Chromie experience for this 20th anniversary is not content by any means. Like it's almost a slap in the face for the players. Like, but what you can do, you can really utilize it, right? And you can farm out the sets extremely fast in the Chromies Codex. And what I mean by that is if you have a second account up, so I use my brother's account, for example, you can essentially queue into one of the Codex, Chromies Codex. It takes at most 5 to 6 minutes to do, and if you have one of each character on account in the same one, you're going to be getting 4 tokens per Chromies Codex. Now, it takes, like I said, 5 to 7 minutes to really complete it. You can even AFK in it if you want. There's an AFK kick, but if you just move your character like once, it kind of moves around it. You can fly around the whole zone the whole time if you want. You don't have to do any of the content once you join unless you want to. It is kind of a time-gated thing. It took me all day farming yesterday to do it, but I'm extremely excited because I did go ahead and unlock all of the tier sets. You know, if you don't have a second account, you could always try either making like a trial account, see if that works, and link it to your account. If you can have 2 people in the same thing, it is the fastest method. But if you don't, or you're not, you just don't have a second account, the quickest way is probably going to be time walking and world quests. I think they mitigated so you can get about like 130 tokens per week if you just do the world quests and all the activities and stuff, which is enough to buy a good amount of this. Besides farming up the tier 2 sets, another thing I wanted to bring up in this video was just like how in the pre-patch event, they had exclusive Transmog sets, such as this guy here, that you could only get per certain specs, and you could only get it if your characters were under level 70. It was dropped piece by piece, and it was really long. Took a long time to farm. I love the set. I think it's really cool. It's a classic. In the chromie thing. So if you're farming the tokens using chromies thing, there's also transmog, so you can farm from doing this. Now I don't have the plate still, and I still am missing the male legs, but I have gone ahead and farmed up the leather set, which is really cool. Really nice set. Same with the cloth set. I unlocked all the cloth set too, which is really cool. I really like these sets. These are called the Timely Tourist sets. They drop randomly from the blue boxes. You get one item. They're class specific too, so like, or spec specific, I should say. So certain specs have certain items that drop. Items from the blue box that you get for completing. You get one every time you finish one. I would say these sets are harder and more challenging to farm than the tier 2 sets. So if you're really looking for something to waste your time or try to really farm out, these are the sets for you. I personally think they're really cool. The items that can drop. So like I said, I finished off the cloth. I finished off the leather. I'm just missing the male pants. And I'm missing about 3 pieces of the plate. There's also a bunch of cloaks and jewelry that can drop from these, and then a slew of weapons. I'm still missing like one of the swords, one of the maces, the two-handed axe, but I've pretty much collected all the other ones. The warglaive I'm missing as well. But it's quite a bit of items they added in. I don't really see too many people talking about it. I've went ahead and farmed out most of it. I'd say I'm probably like 85% of the way there. But like the closer you get to the end, the harder it is to really actually farm this gear. Just because you're just getting repeats constantly. That's the one downside to doing this, but it's another fun grind. And if you're gonna farm the tokens from doing the conducts, the chromie thing, if you're gonna farm the tokens from doing the chromie thing, you're gonna get these regardless. But I think it's kind of crazy. Like, one, I think Blizzard should add a vendor for these items, just like how there was no vendor for this specific set. It was just kind of like, if you knew, you knew. If you didn't know, you didn't get it. Same with these sets, but they're cool. I really like the male. I think the male looks cool. I mean, I think they're all really cool. They're really hard to like farm up. Took me forever to get the helmet. They have some really cool weapons too, like the little lantern's cool on the back, the little lantern on the side. The dagger, it is very glitched as well. Like, you can't just, like, once you collect the set, it doesn't unlock a set. Like, you have to type in timely when you go to transmog it. And there, again, just like this patch, there's a lot of bugs with it too. Like, this sword on my warrior, for example, just says defensive stance. It doesn't even give the name of the sword. So I mean, like, it's still super buggy, but it's just something you don't really see. But yeah, farming up the tokens, it takes a little bit to do, but I would recommend doing your world quests, doing your world bosses, getting up to 100 as fast as you can. And once you do that, just spam time walking or the chromie thing. I mean, do a helpful both if you want to. But if you do have 2 accounts up, the quickest way to farm the tokens in the tier 2 set is gonna be having 2 accounts up, logging in, grouping them together, queuing up for the Kodaks. You get an instant queue most of the time. They did fix the queue system, so it's not as bad as it was when they first initially released the 20th anniversary. And then just go buck wild. Like I said, you can do the activities inside if you want. Generally, you're gonna fly around, collect orbs. There's one where it's like there's a bunch of different classes on the ground. You just run to your class. It really isn't like content, in my opinion. Like, it really is just kind of like filler, no thriller, if you will. Like, it's just like you queue up, you get a piece of gear for doing it. You get a couple tokens from the quest from doing it too. If you get the quest that to do participation in the events, if you pick up that quest as well as the chromie quest, you can knock out both of those quests by just spamming this content. But yeah, it took me a little bit to do. Definitely is crazy. And the last thing I wanted to touch in this video is just like my thoughts on like the 20th anniversary. You know, like, I was really hyped. I was really looking forward to this event, and it's kind of sad to say that Blizzard really dropped the ball. I mean, besides all of the patches, the bugs, the scaling issues, it seems like it was really rushed, and it's sad to say. I am excited that they did give the option to, collect these really quick. I really wanted to collect them all because growing up, Tier 2 was one of my favorite sets in the game. As you've seen maybe in some other videos or streams, I constantly use a lot of the old Transmogs. It's some of my favorite sets in the game, and I'm really excited to see them back in the game. But with that being said, it's sad to see. I think the event's really going to die within the next week or two. Once people are done collecting the sets, you're not going to see people queuing up for heroic BRD, normal BRD. You're not going to see people killing world boss. Have you ever played WoW this time of the year around the anniversary event? Uh, it's just something that happens. It just is something that happens in this game. It's just like they put the content out. It's current content. They bring back the old world bosses, and after like 2 weeks, people are like, "Yeah, I'm done with this." So, I think we'll start to see that within the next couple of weeks. You really start to see WoW dying down, and just people just collecting everything. At this point, I collected 52,000 time walking points before the event started, so I collected all the time walking. I finished all of the sets today. So there really isn't too much left in this event for me to do. I mean, besides collecting this gear, which I'm gonna do, probably finish it up, which is even wilder. It's so challenging to do. But besides, after I do that, I mean, I'm pretty close to the Battle Master title. I just gotta capture 30 more bases. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll go back into BRD and farm out the keys and buy all the gear off the vendor with the keys. But even that doesn't give you it doesn't guarantee you a piece. If you do all the bosses on LFR, you're not guaranteed like 40 of the copper keys to get a. But I don't know. I just want to jump in, kind of talk about the codex, these tokens, the event, my thoughts, and I'm not even going to mention the Brunosaur. I made a video about that if you guys want to go watch that. But yeah, let me know what you guys are doing in the event, what you guys are looking forward to. Have you guys finished your token farm yet? It is a hassle for sure, but the rewards are really nice, and I really do like these little mid sets they kind of came out with too. Really takes a while to farm, especially if you're just farming on one character. It's gonna take you forever to get this stuff. Even with 2 accounts and farming this stuff, it's taken me days. And I'm as you can see, I'm still not done. My warrior's missing the shoulders, the chest. I'm missing the male pants. It is what it is. But if you like the content, please leave a like. Please leave a comment. Again, my name is Javon, and until next time, peace.